Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we break down SEC best bets for this Saturday. And Kevin Rogers with you alongside Brian Edwards to take a look at three matchups in the Southeastern Conference. And Brian, let's begin with the SEC East battle in Athens between a pair of unbeatens, top-ranked Georgia and Kentucky. Bulldogs a heavy favorite in this game. The Wildcats looking for the big upset. Can they hang around with the number one team in the country?
I think they can hang around. I don't think they can pull the upset, but they've got a lot of momentum. 6-0 start and looking good. Will Levis and Wan'Dale Robinson have given their passing game a major upgrade. They're running it well. Chris Rodriguez, perhaps the best running back in the SEC. Kavosi Smoke behind him is a stud as well. And they're playing good defense. They're number 18 in the nation in total defense, number 29 against both the pass and the run, and number 20 in scoring D. They only give up 17.5 points per game, and catching an enormous number here. And look, Georgia's got some guys banged up as well. Now Kentucky does too. Josh Ali, their second best receiver, is very doubtful, and their two starting defensive tackles, Marquand McCall and Octavius Oxendine, are out. But Georgia's got some guys dinged as well. Jermaine Burton is questionable. Kenny McIntosh, one of their backs, although they're very deep in the backfield with Cook and White, Zamir White, that is. We don't know about Daniels. And look, Stetson Bennett, I think, is facing his toughest defense he's seen here this year, assuming he's going to be the guy playing. I think Kentucky's got a better defense than Arkansas, and I think they probably have a better defense than Auburn. Yeah, about the same, probably about the same. But I think Kentucky hangs around, and I will go with the Cats catching the big number, trusting that Levis Rodriguez and Wan'Dale Robinson will make some plays. I know we're going against a very stout defense, but I think Kentucky can get 14 to 20, maybe 21, and they've got a solid defense. I don't think Kentucky or Georgia's going to be scoring anywhere into the 40s or anything like that.
Kentucky getting 23 against Georgia. That's Brian's first SEC best bet. Now let's take a look at his second best bet. Ole Miss and Tennessee. They meet up in Knoxville, and Lane Kiffin seeing his old team that he used to coach. But Ole Miss off that exciting win over Arkansas last week. And Tennessee's offense has come to life the last few games, lighting up Missouri and South Carolina the last 2 weeks. So this total, Brian, expect a high-scoring game there in Knoxville?
Yeah, but this is the highest total we've seen in college football this season. And when you're dealing with a total of 82.5, which we are on Wednesday, look, Ole Miss beat Tulane 61-21. That was 82. That would have been an under. They've only gone over 82.5 once, and that was last week with the 103-point outburst combined score, obviously, against Arkansas. But Ole Miss's other games have gotten to 67, 71. I already mentioned the 82 and 63 against Bama. And then you look at the Vols. They did have the 62-point outburst against Mizzou, and that was an 86 combined score. But like Tennessee, they've only had one combined score north of 82.5. The rest of their Tennessee's games, other than the 86 combined against Mizzou, they had 65, 52, 56, 44, and 75. I mean, when we've got a total this high, if we have any sustained drives that end in field goal attempts, I mean, those are just massive victories for us on the under here. It's not, Ole Miss's defense is not very good. Their offense is great. But Tennessee's got a pretty good defense. And I just don't, I don't see it getting that high. I think it probably does get to the, maybe to the 70s, but I just don't think it gets to 83. Let's go under 82.5.
All right, so Brian's on the under there between Ole Miss and Tennessee in Knoxville. And now let's take a look at our final SEC matchup. A little double play here, Texas A&M and Missouri. I guess we call them the two newest SEC teams, I guess, for now, until Texas, Oklahoma come to the conference. But they haven't met since 2014. Aggies off the huge upset over Alabama. Mizzou has not covered a game yet this season. So, Brian, your thoughts on the side and total of Texas A&M and Missouri?
Well, Missouri's atrocious defense is the basis of both plays. Let's start with the over. The over has hit in 5 in a row for Missouri, and those combined scores have been 83, 86, 75, 87. And then their other two totals, 63 was the 5th over in a row. And then they had a 58 earlier in the year. And this total is 59 or 59 and a half. And Missouri is ranked dead last, number 130 of 130 FBS teams in run defense. They're ranked number 129 in total defense, giving up 498.8 yards per game. They're number 122 in scoring defense, giving up 37.5. And Missouri can score. Tyler Beatty, one of the best running backs in the SEC. Connor Bazelak has had a good year. They are 18th in the country in scoring, 37.8 points per game. So that would be 75.3 combined points is their average per game. Now, so that's our basis for the over. Now you look at A&M, they're obviously in a major vintage letdown scenario, going on the road after a monster win. However, they've got good backs. Just give the ball to Isaiah Spiller against this atrocious run defense, and they should be good. I mean, North Texas scored 35 points against Mizzou last week at Mizzou. Tennessee scored 62 at Mizzou. And Boston College is not an offensive juggernaut without Phil Dracovic. They had 34 in regulation, 41 for the game. Even FCS Southeast Missouri scored 28 against Mizzou. And Mizzou is 0-6 against the spread this year. So let's go A&M -9 and the over 59 and a half.
All right, let's review Brian's best bets for the SEC this Saturday. And Brian's going to take the points with Kentucky against Georgia. Also the under between Ole Miss and Tennessee. And he's going to take the over on Texas A&M Missouri, as well as laying the points with Texas A&M in that game at Furrow Field. Brian, thank you so much as always. You can check out Brian's NFL and college football picks at VegasInsider.com. Brian, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, K-Raj.
All right, there is Brian Edwards. And before we get out of here, I want to tell you about WynnBET. And at the WynnBET Sportsbook mobile app, you can get on iOS or Android. If you lose your first wager, which is up to $1,000, risk-free first bet, you can get it back up to $1,000 as a free bet credit that you can use for another bet if you lose. So pretty much risk-free there from WynnBET on that $1,000 or up to $1,000 risk-free first bet. And you must be a new customer to be eligible for that bet. And that $1,000 risk-free sports bet, it is legal in the following states: New Jersey, Colorado, Indiana, Virginia, Arizona, Tennessee, and Michigan. And again, must be 21 years or older to wager. That is the WynnBET mobile sports book app. My thanks to Brian Edwards. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching this edition of the SEC Best Bets. And as always, best of luck with your bets.